Good job. Tag! Tag! Let's go!
I love baseball. I live for it. This is my favorite time of the year. It's just like when I become all happy and, you know, it's just when everything is, you know, right. I'm Cam Guarino. I'm a baseball player at Falmouth High School.
Cam as a child was sickly. Not as he got older, but in the first 3 years of his life, he was pretty ill. It's interesting to see him now, because if you had told me back then, through all that this was the kid we were going to have now playing college baseball, I would have told you you were absolutely crazy.
Cameron was born about a month early. It was an induced birth, and then suddenly developed sleep apnea, having difficulty sleeping, difficulty breathing. One night I heard him kind of gasping for air, and that's when I realized that, you know, his awake time was one of those things that probably needed to look at it with a doctor, and the doctor discovered that he had, you know, enlarged tonsils and adenoids and things like that, and he suggested surgery.
Looking back at like my being younger, you know, when I had my tonsils taken out and stuff, I wasn't very healthy at all. So I'm a little surprised, you know, that I've come this far.
He had his surgery. Seeing him wheeled away in an operating bed off to the operating room was the hardest day of my life with Cameron.
That was some big stress back there, especially for him. And I think we thought we were going to have a child that wasn't going to be with us really at one point. And my husband would stay up all night with him to make sure he was breathing. See, I can hardly breathe. From talking about that, it makes me like, yeah, so.
My love of baseball came from my dad, who played baseball all his life, and before my surgery, I went into some toy store and I saw a baseball glove and I just picked it out instead of a truck or something. That's where it kind of all comes from.
I just know that every time he saw a baseball or a ball, it was in his hand and he just took to throwing it.
Cam's IQ of the game of baseball is, you know, right up there with anybody that I've seen or that I've coached. He does everything that he needs to do to get to that next level.
I think I'm different from my teammates because I have a little bit more drive, I guess, to really succeed, and I guess I see, you know, a little bit more into the future. What's running through my head is usually like throw strikes and be accurate. It's not all about speed. It's, you know, you're a pitcher, you're not a thrower. Rely on your defense.
I feel that he's such a good pitcher because of his confidence that he has. He can throw 3 pitches for strikes at any time. The kids know that when he's out on the mound, he gives us a really good opportunity to win that game.
They taught me the game really well, and I just elaborate on it how I play the game.
The way he approaches life is the way he approaches baseball. Baseball's a team sport. You succeed based on what's happening behind you.
So in baseball, one of the coaches came up to him and said, "Kid, you know, you're pretty good. You need to probably run and work out and put on some muscle mass." And he really took that to heart and has had a personal trainer since then, Omar Kingston.
I started working with Cam about 18 months ago. His goal was to get stronger, to get bigger. He had to mature as an athlete, and Cam's development has been excellent. We enjoyed his strength gains. He gained 25 pounds. Velocity increases, the ability to pitch a lot more innings, a lot more pitches. He'll be stronger. We really developed a great routine for him based on, you know, Cam's individual body and the way his body reacts to exercise and stress. So when he has success on the field, they kind of see exactly the progress. They saw the journey that he went through. So it's very, very important, and especially to me.
Our approach has always been academics first. Cameron's not a genius, but he gets straight A's, and he works really hard at his studies.
Would it be cool to see him one day pitch for the Mets? Yeah, that'd be pretty neat. But there's a high school season before us here. He's got to finish high school first.
I balance academic and sports by, once I finish practice, do my homework. It's as simple as that.
I've known Cam Guarino for 4 years. He's always been mature and has had a plan from day one as to what he wanted to accomplish and what he wanted to be essentially as a student athlete. And it's nice to see that his work and work ethic paid off for him.
My experience with him has been as an incredibly gifted student academically, very mature, very insightful. So it kind of blew me away that he was not just a student athlete here, that he was pretty much at the elite end of that.
I don't just kind of say like, I'll just see what I get on the test. No, I'm like, I gotta get that A.
In regards to their youth, he's always so responsible about his work in class, outside of class. So to see Cam out on the pitcher's mound, it was impressive. It was impressive to see that other side of him, to see how well he does it, and to see how focused he was, and to see the result of a lot of hours of practice and commitment.
Cameron receiving awards from MaxPreps is really a really cool thing. He got the best baseball player in Maine, and now he's got the nationwide athlete of the month. These are huge.
When I heard that Cam won the award for the MaxPreps, I was excited for Cam. I mean, I couldn't be any more excited for him. I just thought that was a wonderful award, and I thought it was well deserved.
1, 2, 3.
My parents taught me, respect and being treated how you like to be treated. And, you always gotta show respect to people who are older than you, respect to people who are your age, and good things will happen to you if you're nice to everyone.
What I've learned from Cameron is that hard work wins. I admire him for teaching me to stay open.
Finding out I was the best baseball player in Maine was definitely a shock, and then getting that right after the March Athlete of the Month, that was just the cherry on top. That really shows that I've worked to get to where I am, and it's paying off.
I think success rests right with your smile, right with your passion, right with your happiness level. If you've got a smile on your face and you love what you're doing, then you're doing the right thing.